Akoma.
Akoma.
Welcome to the second day of Akoma Day, the cultural alternative to Valentine's Day. It is now the 15th, and we are willing that you're enjoying this recommitment to love and the sacred science of soulmating.
Yes, this is the day that the Valentine's Day followers are starting to fall off, especially people who are angry about the superficial promotion of love.
And everything's 50% off.
Yeah, everything goes on sale now. It's like the materialism of the Western world is like at it's like somebody's pulling back the curtain of the Wizard of Oz. You're like, all this stuff that was $400 yesterday is $50 today. Like, so that lets you know it only costs $6 to make. But, this is the time where we start to filter in and start to filter out those that are serious about celebrating Black love. So we have the second virtue, and it is
patience. So
yes.
I'm going to just read a little bit from the Akoma Day book. As with flexibility, patience in a relationship increases confidence and creates a safe place for your partner to share ideas, desires, and problems. Patience involves some submissiveness and some willingness to delay your own gratification. We must strive to demonstrate the virtue of patience daily. In our relationships, as in our lives, exercise patience is an act of faith. Only those who believe in the process of truth working in their relationship will demonstrate patience. However, in this microwave society, we want everything yesterday. Our partner truly is our reflection in some area of our life. This is the first law of magnetic attraction. Like is attracted to like. We have forgotten that the journey is the victory. And Akoma love will always remember that the end is sweet because of the experience gained in attaining it. Be as patient with yourself, partner, and child as the Mother, Father, Creator is with you.
Yes. And let me tell you, in the intimate relationship, in life, patience is an issue right now because one of the greatest currencies is attention. We are being conditioned to switch attention so much. And even though you can sit at your computer or in front of the television or specifically with your phone in your hand and switch and switch and switch and switch, not really have the patience to watch a 3-minute video or what have you, or the fact that your sense of patience, your ability to be still has been so interrupted by the social media era where there is the hyper-stimulation or the overstimulation of content, however it comes to you, sonically, visually, kinesthetically, whatever it is, we're being inundated and overwhelmed with stimulus, right? So in our intimate relationships, oftentimes we want to get to the end at the beginning. Whether that is the man who sees the woman and is sexually attracted and wants to get right to the sex, or whether that is the woman who sees the man and is interested and wants to get right to either the sex or the happily ever after. To build those kinds of things, it takes some time and it takes some principles in play. And that's why in Akoma Day, we really wanted to bring some substantive virtue and principle that couples could build with. And so you got to be patient. Yeah. You got to be, and it doesn't take a long time. And let me just say this, it's not an undescript time. Like, in other words, it's not a thing where you just have no idea how long it takes. You should have a basic understanding, okay, that this phase takes 90 days. This phase takes 6 months. This phase takes a year. It shouldn't just be open-ended because that's how you get distracted the most or manipulated the most.
And that's not patience. That's kind of abandoning a timeline. Yeah. I think that this quote, when we abandon patience, we nurture a false ego, is so important. because what we're actually saying is we're going to lose patience. This is a part of human qualities, but it's important to prepare for this. So if you know that this is a virtue, how do you cultivate it?
Right.
And one of the biggest ways to cultivate patience is to know that there is something else happening. And I think this is so important when it comes to ego. There's something outside of you that's happening, whether that's in the world and your partner. Between the two of you, there's another thing. And when you can keep in mind that there's another perspective, it can help you slow down, which is a big part of having patience.
Absolutely. So with patience, the principle that goes with patience is unified labor. And this brief writing in the Akoma Day book says, unified labor in an Akoma relationship is a shared opportunity for improvement. Having a work partner greatly increases your output capacity. Our ancient ancestors used unified work to become engineering masters who produced magnificent monuments like the Merkut or pyramids of the Giza Plateau. They also endured through tremendous adversity during the Ma'afa, the Black Holocaust, because they worked together. Modern couples rarely share unified work experiences. As a result, many couples do not appreciate or have an outside of the relationship view of their partner's talents and subsequent value. Like the employment process of a would-be corporate partner, an Akoma relationship will go through progressive stages of achievement before entering into a partnership agreement. The first and second date are like the professional interviews. Agreeing to go steady is like the job offer. Becoming committed is like passing a standard probationary period. Sharing sex is like receiving benefits. Handling serious relationship responsibilities is like overseeing special accounts, projects. And marriage and children are like firm partnership and precious stockholders. So it's important for us to have a work together. And, you know, something that I think about was, as you're working in that project, the girls went to a field trip with you, and they were like, it was good to be able to see mom at work and her doing different things that we don't normally see in the house. This is very important for partners, family members, because you get such a one-sided view of your partner in the intimate relationship, especially in that one, because it's so close, personal, and it's such a high level of intimacy. But when you go and see that your partner does have skills and talents that are outside of you and outside of this relationship that you share, it really gives you a different appreciation for each other and a different kind of value in the intimacy. So I think that's very important.
It is true. You need to see a person excelling, you know, being themselves, another version of themselves that they get to highlight in that area. And it's also important for you to work on something together. Everyone's not going to work the way that we work.
Right.
But if there's any project you can do, any, you know, mission you can have, even things that you might do around the house, working on something together, you get to be a team. And I think that that's important in your intimate relationship. You're going to be able to admire your partner when they're in their work, and you can be unified in that admiration. And you also want to admire your partner's talents and strengths in the collective work, the thing that you wouldn't do in that way that your partner does. That also, I think, needs to be held in a special light.
Yeah.
Right. So it's so important to look for things that you can bring your talents together around and be congratulating each other on the team, because you're naturally a team. And this is also where we sometimes take each other for granted when we're like, hey, you've got that and I've got this. And we're doing something for the team, but we don't always acknowledge each other the way we do in our work teams, you know, in our, you know, extracurriculars, right? Our friend groups, we kind of then sometimes highlight. But when it's our intimate partnership and we're working together, I believe that that's one of the biggest places that I've seen and, you know, we've seen in our work where people take each other for granted.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I saw something that said online yesterday, and I shuddered at this. I'm like, man, it said that a couple who works together to save $96 a week will have $10,000 at the end of every year. And when I think about, as a large family, how much money we spend, and just, when we've gone for something, we've been able to spend some, save some money. But when you really just have a standard that every week's income, we're going to put up $96, it's a couple of coffees or teas. It's a couple of things that we're wasteful in just to stop those things. You get that extra $100, and at the end of every year, you got $10,000. That is an amazing thing. And working together like that, having a unified labor, is really important. And so I thought that was,
because money is one of the things that we associate with work.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I did this work, whatever it is, project, something artistic I made, but it could be the hourly work. But when I did this, I got this in exchange for it. And this is something that I think we forget.
Yeah.
That a little bit of something it has some momentum to it, and it becomes something greater. And it's not insignificant to say that, $100 is nothing in
Right.
in the United States and today. It's nothing in the course of a week. But when you think about other things that you want to invest in for yourself, for your family, for your experiences, for whatever, your curiosity, but as that momentum builds, you would have a greater amount. I think that that's important to consider when it comes to love, and when it comes to unifying your efforts. It's not a lot, but the consistency and the momentum makes a difference. Yeah.
So to close out this segment, to let you know, in your Akoma Day manual, the exercises, because all of the principles have exercises in the book that you can do to strengthen these things. We don't want to just tell you about them and then not give you the opportunity to develop. Exercise 4 is your relationship as work, where you kind of describe and create a posting for what you're looking for, whether you're single or if you're in a relationship. It's okay to have goals and be looking for something when you're in the relationship. With your partner, right? So that's exercise 4. And then exercise 5 is a unified project list. Some things that you can do together, whether it is start a family business or not, perform some community service together, start an indoor garden, build a project made of wood, et cetera, et cetera. But that coming together and working together, utilizing your gifts to work together, it really helps you magnify your purpose, and it's going to take some flexibility and some patience to make those things a reality. So this is how we're starting our mindset, our heart set, and the development of our skill set for the second day of Akoma Day. So stay tapped in today as we share the different aspects of Akoma Day, and please interact with any questions, any ideas, any feedback, and most importantly, share how you might be celebrating this virtue and this principle of the second day. So as always, we're greeting you in peace and saying, stay on the ride, Akoma.